Hello, and welcome back to the Volume Vegan Cooking Channel. I realized today as I was editing another video that if I don't make this video, I will be explaining how to make tofu this way over and over and over again on this channel. So this will be the go-to video to explain how I make basic pan-fried tofu to make with meals where the tofu itself isn't the star of the show. It's just very simple. A little salt, a little pepper, a little browning on the sides. It's my go-to method, and it's the method that I use in my hot and sour soup video that I've already shared on this channel. So I'm going to edit that out and share it separately here so that I can link it back in every video where I'm using this recipe, so that you who have already seen my recipes don't have to watch me do the same thing over and over again. Alright, so let's get on with frying up some tofu. Alright, we're getting started with a block of tofu. I am just using an extra firm tofu. I'm going to show you step by step how I drain and press my tofu. I've been a vegan for over 10 years now, and I still haven't bought a tofu press. I still do it the exact same way I've always done it, or at least perfected my method. So I drain the water out while it's still in the packaging, just kind of, making slits around the edge of the block so that I don't cut into it, and draining out that way. Yeah. Now that I've got it all drained, I'm going to peel the plastic back and pull out my solid block of tofu. Extra firm doesn't have as much, it doesn't hold as much water as less firm blocks, so that's why I definitely prefer it in those situations. I use my most lint-free towel, and the reason why I do that is because paper towels were the way that I wanted to go in the beginning. It felt like it was going to be cleaner or less linty for me, but they just take up so much water, and you have to replace them over and over and over again, or else they're basically just holding water against the tofu, where with fabric it just kind of disperses a little bit better. I don't even know how to describe it better than that. It just seems to get the water out of the tofu better. So I wrap it up in a towel, and then I take my 2 cast iron skillets and I place them on top as the weight to press out the water and prepare it for pan frying later, which is what we're going to do today. Turn my attention to my tofu. I have cubed it up into little blocks. I'm not very picky about measurements there. As you can see, there's some tiny slivers and there's just some huge chunks. That's how it turned out. So I've just seasoned it with a little salt and pepper, very simply, because there's so much flavor in the soup that the tofu doesn't really need it. And when it comes to frying tofu, I like to get my pan really, really hot. I put the tofu in the pan when it's very, very hot. It needs to be able to, sizzle when it hits. I leave the tofu alone as much as I can possibly do. This is my advice. Leave the tofu alone. It's going to develop a crust. I learned very early on that the best way to really flip it over and get the crust to come with it is to flip it with a metal spatula. You've got to really get up underneath that and lift, because it'll stick, And now one small tip, if you want to make your tofu a little bit crispier, is to just kind of roll it around in some cornstarch, just a little bit of cornstarch on the outside of it, really, or whatever your favorite starch is. I usually use a tapioca starch, and that will give it a little bit more of a crispy outside. I'm just not doing it because I don't need it, and because I'm trying to avoid all the starches as much as I can anyway. Yeah, so, I forgot to mention, I was just using a little bit of that grapeseed oil, literally just about a tablespoon of it, just enough to get a little bit of oil in the bottom of that pan. Thank you so much for checking out another one of my cooking videos, my cooking tutorials, my little recipes. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please give us a thumbs up. Share this video with your friends if you think that it's something that they would enjoy. And while you're here, please, subscribe to my channel and turn on those notifications so that you never miss another one of my cooking videos. Thank you so much. Have a great week. And as always, take care. Bye-bye.